This is my screener that I made for screening worms. This right here is the shaker table, and it runs back and forth in some like plumber's strapping. You can get that at any hardware store, but it works great for this. The first part of my screener is this the screener collection. You can dump a whole 5-gallon bucket in here, and I made it so you can kind of just thump the bucket in here and empty it out, and you can hand throttle it onto the screening table about as fast as you need it. The first screen on the shaker table, that's 1/8 inch screen. Just the castings will go through that. The cocoons won't, and the worms won't, so they'll run down to the second part. Here at the second part, I got 1/4 inch screen. The cocoons will fall through this, and the worms won't. They'll run to the third part of the screener table. Here on the last part of it, this just runs off of a piece of metal I got here, and it'll run down into a wheelbarrow that fits here. Under the screener table is you get your first collection. I just made like a chute, and then there's a divider right here. This right here is the first part of it. This is under the 1/8 inch screen. This is where the castings will come down. Second part, here's where the cocoons will come down. And then when I'm running it, I got a board that I'll use to just run down the center here to divide the two piles. This is kind of a tight walkway sometimes, so I just made it so you can take it out. For power for the machine, I just got a cheap Harbor Freight Sawzall is all I did. I think it was like 25-30 bucks. And I just used some hose clamps to secure it to the machine. And for the blade, I just sandwiched that with some more hose clamps to the shaker table, and it works really good that way. And if you ever had to take it off, you could. For the trigger, I didn't like the variable speed trigger. I could never get what I wanted out of it. So I just took it out altogether and just put the wires together, and instead I took it and I run it up to a variable speed control. So you can play with it on the fly to adjust your conditions, you know, if you got it a little wet or a little dry. Now when I made this machine, I had a problem where the base wanted to kind of bounce around and slide around. I could just never keep it steady. So what I did is I just made a box down here just to hold heavy rocks and stuff, just for easy weight. You know, if you got something heavy laying around, you can throw it in there. And I put the feet on some rubber conveyor belt that I cut into squares, and that works really good. It takes a lot of vibration out, dampens it, and quiets it. So I find that really fixed that problem. I'll show you it in action here. Just gotta plug it in. There it goes. Like I said, you got the variable speed here. Bring it up or down, depending on what you want. Yeah, that's pretty much the machine there. I used to do a lot of the hand screening and stuff, but when you get enough material and worms and stuff, it's just not the way to do it anymore. So I built this, and it saves a lot on the back. Pretty easy to build, pretty cheap too. I think I had a lot of the lumber laying around between the Sawzall and maybe the screws and stuff. I might have about 50 bucks into it. But yeah, that's how I screen my worms. You know, at some point I'll put some more videos on here about my other processes and whatnot. But feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching.